Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna discuss the partnership between Redwood Materials and Panasonic. We look into the Tesla Semi and I have more stuff. For example, as well, the price battle that will happen in 2023 that has already started right now and what this means for Tesla. Now let's first look into Panasonic because we have some very good news for the entire EV industry. Redwood Materials and Panasonic are in a partnership here and they are going to work together. So Redwood Materials is beginning in 2025 giving Panasonic a cathode material that is already remanufactured. So that is very good. It's recycled. This is helping the entire EV industry. It is cutting down costs for everybody there. So that is a very good move and I'm looking forward to it because many critics of EVs have always stated, well, the battery is not so good for the environment. But if we are looking into an entire recycling cycle, I think that is going to be a very good plus point for the EV industry. Looking into the Tesla Semi, based on Chair Robin Denholm, said today that Tesla might produce 100 semi-trucks this year. That is exciting. We do know when the launch will be this year, but we didn't expect how many this could be this year. So we have seen some footage from Nevada where we saw a few semi-trucks, but it wasn't clear yet how many Tesla could actually produce. If that is going to be the case for 2022 and 2023, could be very exciting. And then the ramp up is going to further continue over the years. Now, if we look into the semiconductor crisis, we all know that the car makers itself also are playing a big role, that they are in a crisis and they had no other option to cut down the production. If we are looking into the lost volume in 2021, we see it was a total of 10.5 million cars. If we're looking into 2022, it's already getting better. We are expecting around a loss of 4.2 million cars in 2022. Again, Tesla didn't have any major obstacles here or major problems. So again, it has been mainly the car makers we know for a long time that were not aware of the issue or were moving into that issue not being prepared at all. So Tesla has no issue in this area, but coming from the semiconductor crisis, when it comes to the other car makers, we are moving into a new crisis. And I don't see it as a major crisis for Tesla here, but for many car makers. So it's going to get very competitive, especially when it comes to the pricing. For example, Mercedes had to downgrade their prices in China today, and other car makers are already decreasing prices. Now, in the Chinese market, Tesla is currently a wait time of 1 to 5 weeks. This is also due to the fact that Tesla is increasing production at a rapid pace. So this is also a result why the wait time is declining. On the other hand, in the next year, 2023, I do expect the competitiveness, the battle for customers really to start. Not only in the EV business, but also in the ICE business. So I do expect prices to go down. And the big question will be, who can go through that kind of situation the best? And that are those companies that have the best profitability, that have most room for price cuts. And we all know this is Tesla. Tesla is having an astonishing amount of margins when it comes to cars, so they can play with it to increase and make more demand. Again, we are looking into the backlog, 285,000. This is an estimate here again. And I do expect it not to happen in Europe very soon. It might happen for the Model 3 coming from China to Europe maybe by mid-2023. But in other markets like China, we have to observe what's happening there. And Tesla is hurting competition, also Chinese car makers over there, because they have decreased prices. And Tesla is expected to get more customers with that because the awareness of the brand is so much stronger than compared to other Chinese startups. Looking into the backlog here, we see by region that in the US the backlog has decreased. Again, don't get me wrong and don't misunderstand me here. I'm not saying that Tesla's going to have a demand issue. They do pretty much what they always said they're going to do. Increasing production, decreasing backlog, and at some point then they have the possibility to play with prices to increase the demand again. This is why they increased the prices, one of the reasons, this year and last year. If we look into the entire supply chain and a lot of cars moving from China to Europe, I expect that to happen next year as well. And who knows, maybe the Model Y standard range is going to be produced in China and being delivered to Europe, and Tesla might concentrate on the Model Y Performance and the Model Y Long Range in Giga Berlin for the first half of next year, as I don't expect the standard range to come from Europe right now. The main reason behind that is just that I do believe the capacity and the costs to produce it in China are much better. When it comes to the Tesla stock and everything that went on in the past weeks, we see that slowly more and more people are buying here into the Tesla stock. We see that the amount is increasing, but again, yesterday there was a big setback again. As we had the attack on Poland. Again, there's a lot of rumors who did it and if it was Ukrainian or Russia. Again, I'm not talking too much about politics, but it affected the entire situation when it comes to the stock. So I do think it is the same thing as always. If you're invested into Tesla, you have to think about the long-term projection here, the long-term goals that Tesla has. So situations that happened like yesterday or in the past weeks with Twitter are nothing to worry about if you invest in a long term. For the last part of the video, I just want to go back to the demand. I do think that by 2023, we will see a lot of car makers battling for customers. I don't see that unrealistic. It is depending on the market. We see this kind of battle for customers already in China, and I do expect it to be in Europe as well, especially as we have very high inflation and people are holding back big amounts of investments. So Tesla is in a good spot to actually gain new customers by decreasing prices at the point when they really need that. And it's not a bad move that Tesla is doing that. It is a good move that they are so efficient and they are making a lot of money. But keep in mind, the time will come. I'm glad to have you back here on my channel. And if you do need anything for your Tesla, do check out teslasupply.com. You find lots of parts for your Tesla. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.